Welcome to another production of ParkTV 16 Sports on location. This afternoon, we are at the Osseo High School Stadium hosting the girls Section 5A final between Benilde-St. Margaret's and the Blake School. They come in with a 12-7 record against the Red Knights' 11-2-4 record, and this is a very interesting matchup for a couple of reasons. Number one, these two teams met way back earlier in the schedule, and Blake upset Benilde 2-1. So this is one of those two losses was to these very same Blake School Bears. So that's going to bear on who might win this match here tonight to go to the state tournament. And the other aspect is that the Blake Bears come in seeded number 4. However, Benilde-St. Margaret's is seeded number 2. So clearly those in charge of setting the seeding sees Benilde as the better franchise this afternoon and this year. So we'll wait and see as both teams have been introduced. They've played the national anthem and we are about to begin. I'm Robert Christensen, glad you're with us. Beautiful, sunny, late afternoon fall day here in Minnesota. Couldn't be more perfect conditions, temperatures in the mid 50s. Little bit of wind out of the north, but very slight, shouldn't really affect play. Couldn't really ask for better playing conditions as we look out and about to begin the kickoff. So we'll have the Benilde-St. Margaret Red Knights are in their red uniforms. They'll be going from left to right here in the first half, and the Blake Bears in their white uniforms, and we're off and underway. Blake in possession. And they control the ball by kicking it into the Benilde zone. Fighting there for possession. That is number 2 for Blake, Amelia Reyes, a junior, and the ball comes out to midfield, and that's number 5 with it, Frida Fortier. She is a finalist for Miss Soccer this year, and definitely number 5 is a player to keep an eye on during this broadcast. And that is number 11 for Benilde, Sydney Dries, the sophomore. Now she gets it to Fortier. Fortier has it taken away from her. Now Blake has possession, and now they're rushing the net. And in there is number 2, Amelia Reyes. Reyes splitting the defense and out in goal for Benilde and blocking it. I believe that was Olivia Braun or Caroline Braun. Actually, that's Shannon Carney in goal, and she has it, and she'll get a free kick. Or no, excuse me, that's the 8th grader, Olivia Olson, in nets for Benilde. She's been playing all year for them, and she makes a nice save there. As Blake had their first opportunity to score in this Section 5A final. Now here comes Benilde, that's number 7, Elizabeth Dietzen. She kicks it in the far left, chasing it for Benilde. Dries catches up with it. She's being guarded by number 8, Ellie Sauvel. Now Dietzen trying to get around, and she gets basically triple teamed, and she goes down along with the Blake player, but Blake now has it, and they moving it up across midfield. That is number 2, Reyes, now with it, and she has shown to be dangerous here early on. And her pass now to the near side in the corner is going to be successful. That is number 11 for Blake, Jules Noteboom. Now comes back out, intercepted, at least momentarily there by number 17 for Benilde. That's Ava Wagner. Wagner now gets it to Fortier in the middle. Now she's off to the races, gets to midfield. Fortier now advances the ball to number 7. That is Dietzen. Gets ricocheted, now picking it up for Benilde. That's Ashton Lowenberg. Lowenberg now will get the ball back to Bollinger. Sophomore kicks it ahead, and Blake catches up with it first. That's number 6, Rachel Winke on defense. The junior now, Winke, gets it over to the goaltender. It looks like Ruth Goldenberg in nets. Or no, that's McKenna Varacek, excuse me, the junior in goal. She'll kick it off. Just underway here, first half. 37 minutes to go. Last time these two schools met, Blake got the better of the two teams. They won 2-1. And so far they have the only real scoring opportunity. That ball goes way out past the goal net there. And I guess they don't have a substitute ball ready to throw in there, so McKenna Varacek runs back to go get it, and here she comes. See if that little sprint doesn't impact her ability to kick this ball as efficiently as she would like to. But here she goes, and she wheels it right there, intercepted on the foot of number 17. That is Ava Wagner. Now Wagner has it again. So that kick by the goaltender, I think, was lacking a little bit, and it looks like a turnover for Benilde, but no, they just keep the pressure on. So Blake retains possession, throwing it in for the Bears. That's number 21, Kate Kasica, the midfielder, a sophomore, and now it comes back to Veracek. She'll walk it up to the edge of the goal box there, and then she'll punt it away. Ball comes to number 11, Jules Noteboom. Noteboom trying to get it ahead to her teammate, Rachel Winky, number 6, now taken away by Benilde's Ashton Lowenberg. Lowenberg gets it over to Ollie Voss, the junior. Voss now being guarded heavily by Amelia Reyes. Reyes really putting the pressure and boxes her right into the corner and forces a turnover. What defensive player, I should say, offensive forechecking would really be what I would call it, much like hockey. And now an opportunity here for the Blake Bears. Jules Noteboom throws it in, gets deflected right back at her, and her kick goes off the Benilde defender. On defense was number 10, Kaya Bollinger, and now Blake gets it in, and that's Reyes. Kate Moe trying for it, now comes away to number 7, that's Elizabeth Dietzen, and she gets over to the left side, now towards midfield, attempted pass towards Avery Richardson. Unable to control it, now collision, near collision between two Blake players, now number 11, Noteboom gets it ahead, now Frida Fortier has it. And her pass is intercepted at midfield, and now comes number 7 for Blake, that is Bailey Abraham. Her advanced pass there was intercepted by Benilde, and they kick it out of bounds, so throw in now for Blake on the far side. And I think that's number 18, Allie Fine. And the ball goes out of bounds in favor of Blake. Now Bailey Abraham to throw it in. On the far side, just underway, but Blake dominating most of the initial minutes here, and that's into Amelia Reyes, and that ball's taken away by Benilde. Outlet pass intercepted by number 21, Kasica. She kicks it back to Olivia Olsen, the 8th grade goaltender, and she'll kick it off. Just under 34 minutes to go here, first half. We're at the Osseo High School Stadium. Beautiful facility here, gorgeous afternoon. Beautiful day to be outside watching girls soccer. It's going to be a throw in now for number 17 for Benilde. That's Ava Wagner. She'll give it up though to number 10, Bollinger, and she'll throw it in, and she tries to get it back to Wagner. Overthrows her slightly, ball loose. Lowenberg trying to get it for Benilde. And chasing it down for the Bears is Kasica, and Kasica gets it to midfield. Now attempted forward pass and successful. That's number 17, Shoemate. Shoemate still with the ball. Passes to the right side. Now here comes Blake with another scoring opportunity. Centering pass blocked in front, but the rebound goes to number 17, Katie Shoemate, and she deposited it in the back of the net for goal number 1. Blake scores first. And boy, you could see it coming with that great effort, dribbling the ball, maintaining possession, getting over to the right side, and then the centering pass deflected right to number 17, Shoemate, and in the ball it goes. Looking at the replay there, that was the play earlier, and so now we're back underway. Live, Blake is up 1-0. They won the previous matchup 2-1. And they are looking like the superior team so far early on. First half, up 1-0. Benilde yet to get a shot on goal. And now Blake back in business immediately after that first goal. That's number 18, Allie Fine. Gets it in the goal zone there. Now the ball comes out, and taking a hack at it is Jules Noteboom, and it goes over the goal line, out of play, and a turnover to Benilde-St. Margaret's, and they will start off here again. Olivia Olsen will kick it from do a place kick. We're now just coming up on 32 minutes to go here, first half. Olsen boots it into midfield. Good kick. Richardson trying to play it for Benilde. Now kicked by the Bears deep into Benilde territory. Blake just keeps that pressure on, and here comes Reyes, and she takes the ball right away from the defender for Benilde. Centering pass. Tempted it back there to Shoemate, who just scored, and now Benilde has it. That's number 17's Ava Wagner. Ball now into the Blake zone, now controlled by Benilde. That's number 7, Dietzen. Ball loose, now Richardson with it. Over to the left side. There's a shot on net, and it's a goal! My goodness, what a shot that was from 35 yards away. Unbelievable. That was a tremendous shot, just the pure distance, and then to hook it right over there. Here's that replay, and right there, just bang. Perfect trajectory just over the outstretched hands of Verchek, puts Benilde on the board and ties it up. My goodness, you will not see a better shot than that in all of soccer. That was just incredible. So score tied at 1. Benilde answers all that Blake pressure, and just when they needed it, they tie the score at 1. Just now coming up on 31 minutes to go here, first half. Winner goes to the state tournament at US Bank Stadium next week. Play back underway now. Benilde in their own zone, and they take it away. That's number 10. Bollinger with it, and the ball goes out of bounds, and Benilde will retain possession. So great soccer action here in the first moments. Score tied at 1. Both incredible goals. If you're just joining us, you're not missing anything. It's a great matchup here. Now the throw in by Blake. Attempted for Reyes, and over there playing it against her is Allie Voss. Reyes and Voss. Voss now, boy, those two have been going at it all afternoon so far. Keep an eye on that matchup, especially when the ball's in the Benilde zone between Voss and Reyes. Now ball loose, picked up by Blake. That's number 5, Mo. And her shot is saved by Olivia Olsen. Nice save by the 8th grader. Now she'll punt it away right away. Trying to catch Blake off guard just a little bit. Now Fortier has it. Fortier, she goes down with her defender for Blake, number 17, Shoemate, as she tackled the ball. No whistle. Now we have a whistle as both players go down again. And it's going to be ball for Blake. They'll get a free kick at about their own 44-yard line. And, oh, no one's going to do a quick attempt there to get it going, catching Benilde off guard. But now she'll think twice about it, and she'll boot it down. Good kick right in the middle there, intercepted by Benilde. Can they control it? Oh, wow, flying in there for Blake, Kate Moe. She went down hard, but gets up right away. And now Fortier is it for Benilde. Her pass intercepted once again. So she's having a little difficult time connecting on some of her passes. I'm sure they're focusing on her, however, in her defense. But Benilde's gonna need to get her going here. She's a Miss Soccer finalist, one of the best in the state, and she's a treat to watch out there. All right, now on the near side, number 2, that's Ashton Lowenberg, and Lowenberg, ball deflected, but right back at her, and boy, Blake, they are just amazing at taking those balls away. This time, Kate Kasica, I think they call that a tackle in soccer. You tackle the ball. Reyes, now that ball taken away as they were bumping back and forth again. There's Voss and Reyes. Now coming away with it for the Blake School is Kaya Reese. Reese now gets it ahead. Blake still with possession. That was number 18, Allie Fine, and her ball, the pass gets away from her, and Olsen recovers it for Benilde, and she'll punt it away once again. Score tied at 1 here. Now 28 minutes remaining, first half, Section 5A final. Girls soccer in Osseo. Now the ball comes loose, and coming up is Malachek, or Vavracek, I should say, for the Blake School. Clears the danger zone. Ball now in control by Benilde. Midfield, that's number 10 with it, Bollinger. Benilde trying to get some sort of offensive momentum going. Blake seems to be dominating, even though the score's tied at 1. Time of possession must be favoring them by quite a bit. A whistle and some substitutions coming in. Having a seat for Benilde is number 6, Avery Richardson. In for her is number 6. Let's see, who is that? Number 9, Mary Zavarel replaces her, and now Benilde, they get the ball back at midfield. That's Dietzen 7, trying to retain possession. She does. She advances it, being triple teamed there by Blake. No one around to help her. Blake, they really close in fast on defense, just like that. And they do draw the whistle on that one, though. There was some bumping, so a free kick coming up, and Fortier, number 5, she'll place it quickly and try to catch Blake off guard, and she does boot it down to the corner, and there'll be a chase between Zavarel, just came in, so some fresh legs out there, and she chases it down, and who is going to get, no, it's not going to be a corner kick. Neither team has had a corner kick so far. And now Varacek. Vavracek, I think I'm pronouncing that right. Vavracek, she'll kick it off for Blake. We're now approaching 26 minutes to go in the first half. Blake trying to get possession, and they're fighting for it is Voss and Reyes wins that battle right there. Her lead pass right on the mark for Allie Fine, but taken away nicely by Benilde, and now they'll clear the zone. Ball comes to midfield. I think that's Zavarel. It is Zavarel. She heads it, trying to get it ahead to number 17, Wagner, and the ball goes out of bounds, but possession will retain with Benilde. So nice sequence there for the Red Knights, getting that ball across midfield and controlling it. They've struggled in that department so far. Trying to get the lead here for the first time, and that throw in right out of bounds. Throwing it in there was number 10, Ballinger. And same, and this time it goes off Benilde, so turnover there, unforced error. And Blake now will throw it in. That's Kasica, and now taken away almost by Benilde's number 17, Wagner. Wagner now does get it back, and now she's free in the zone suddenly. Pass to the middle to number 7, Dietzen. She tries to drive the middle, and it gets intercepted and taken away right away. Now coming up is Fortier, and she tries to take the ball away. Blake still controls, now intercepted by Benilde. At their 40, they retain possession to the near side. That's Lowenberg. Lowenberg tried to get over to the right side, and it goes out of bounds off of Blake. So Benilde fighting hard to keep possession in Blake's zone. Trying to get some sort of sustained effort to get another chance at that goal. Throw in there for Zavarel, gets by her. Ball comes back out of bounds off Blake. Kate Moe kicked it off her foot, and now another throw in for Balaguer, and out of bounds in favor of Blake this time. And let's see, there seems to be a stoppage here. Clock continuing to run though. Not sure what the delay is. And now, okay, maybe they just had to get the ball there. Thrown in by Kasica. Blake trying to control it. Lead pass for Reyes. Intercepted nicely there by Benilde's number 3, Allie Voss. So Voss wins that battle. Voss versus Reyes. All right, now another throw in from almost the same point as the last two. Balaguer again. I feel like it's Groundhog's Day here watching that last sequence. They go right down the sideline. Just throwing it in, getting it out of bounds. Not a bad way to get field position, actually, when you think about it. Just throw it in, bounce it off the offender, get the angle, move down 5 yards, do it again. Suddenly you almost have like a corner throw-in. And then Benilde is right down there by the corner, but ball now taken away by Kasica, and it goes out of bounds. And it went off a Benilde player, so throw in for Blake. As we're under 23 minutes to go here, first half. And the throw in off of number 10, Balaguer again. Jessica throws it in, tried to get it to Mo, went over her head, now comes back. And playing it there is Ballinger. And she'll retain possession. And she'll be awarded a free kick from the Blake 45. Boots it in there, centering pass intended for Dietz and gets by her. Blake now trying to control it, but gives it up to Benilde. Now back to Blake. Fortier heads it ahead. Tried to get it to Dietzen. Ball does make its way through on the far side, and Benilde has possession. I think that, let's see, who is that? It's really far away. And the shot on goal goes wide right by Benilde, so good opportunity for them. Last goal came from 10 yards farther out than that shot, so they are capable of making a shot from far out right there, taking the shot, trying to catch the goaltender off guard. Goes wide right, but good opportunity for the Red Knights. But the result now is Vavricek for the Blake School will boot it to the near side, and nice job there by number 2, Lowenberg, keeping the ball in the Blake zone, and it goes out of bounds. And Benilde now starting to show their power here as they now seem to be controlling the ball after initially the Blake School seemed to have all the time of possession. Benilde has slowly started to take over, at least from the time of possession in the last few moments. And now they get the ball back again. We'll see if that trend continues. Number 12 trying to play it for Benilde. Kira Hero, or no, excuse me, that was number 17. Wagner now throwing it in again from the near side will be Ballinger. Tries to get it into Wagner, 17. Ball goes out on her. Throw in for Blake. Taken away by Lowenberg again. And this reel keeps repeating itself along this near sideline. See the shadow, the long shadows late here in the fall. Beautiful day here in Osseo, Minnesota. Mid-50s, slight winds, just gorgeous. That's Benilde's number 11 now, Sydney Dries, as she wheels around. That was pretty spectacular to watch. Now ball almost gets and connects there with 17. Wagner, that would have been some play she just missed. That was a great setup as she wheeled around and set herself up to kick that down. Now here comes Wagner taking it over. Wagner playing well this afternoon. Ball out of bounds in favor of Benilde. So boy, they have really maintained their field position here for the last several minutes, which is quite opposite of what it looked like early on in the initial stages of the match here in first half. Ball, there goes down, is that Wagner again. Boy, she's playing her heart out. Very evident from my position. All right, now ball still possession with Benilde, and throwing it in is Ballinger. Ballinger, I hope I'm pronouncing her name right. Just they work this part of the sideline. It's like they've divided the field and just decided we're gonna play on this half. And there's a shot and diving, saved by Vavricek. Boy, Benilde really, really starting to show what they're trying to do here in their structure, just methodically moving the ball down the sideline and then taking a shot from the right flank and getting some decent opportunities here. As boy, I sense a huge momentum shift, and I'm kind of surprised by it. At least the way Blake started out, they were so strong and dominating, and now it's like they've lost their energy a little bit. But we'll see what happens. Now lead pass for Reyes, and that's Voss coming up, and it goes off of her. And so now the Blake School trying to get back a little bit of field possession here, or field territory. It's been a while since they've been in the Benilde zone. Nice interception there by Benilde's number 10, Ballinger. She's playing very well along this sideline here in the first half. Now the possession goes to Olsen, and she'll kick it down. Just an 8th grader. Wow, what great range on that kick as both teams chase it way deep into the Blake zone. That is a weapon when you can kick it that far at this level, and it worked. Now Benilde does have possession. They're gonna get a throw in. Great kick by that goalkeeper. Amazing weapon that can be. We'll see if Benilde can capitalize on it here. Just under 18 minutes to go, first half. And there's another shot on goal. Tough angle, though, and the Varvacek was right there to corral it in. Shot taken by Avena Wagner. So Benilde not afraid to take those shots from far out. In fact, it's how they scored their first goal from 35 yards out. Okay, now ball loose again, just as the Blake School tries to get to midfield. Benilde's defense is taking over. And ball kicked out of bounds by Blake's number 7, Abraham. So a throw in this time on the far side of the Blake zone, and there comes the ball. They throw it into the corner and chase it, much like dump and chase in hockey, and they're gonna let it go all the way out of bounds. So now we'll get a goal kick from her goal zone. Taking a look at the clock now, just under 17 minutes to go. 16 minutes, 45 seconds right now. And now Varvacek kicks it down midfield. Wondering if the sun plays a role. I don't think so. It's still high in the sky where I don't think it impacts. It might impact the goalie Olsen, if anything. So the second half, that sun is going to be right in that goaltender's eyes there for the second half. See if that plays any role. In that case, I'd be taking all kinds of shots from all kinds of angles from way out. That ball gets lost in that sun. That's trouble for the goaltender. Clock continues to run here. 6:08 as Varvacek. Yeah, we only have one soccer ball here. It looks like we're playing with wherever it goes. So that takes up valuable time depending on where you're at and what your position is, whether you're up or down and how much time is left in the game. Those are valuable seconds just chasing the ball. I'm surprised they don't have another one to throw in and then have a ball person running down there to go fetch those for the next time. Meanwhile, there Benilde, there's Fortier. She tries to spin and move. Good defense being played by the Blake School's number 17, Shoemate. Ball goes out of bounds. Now the throw in by Benilde again. And there's a whistle and a turnover in favor of the Blake School. Tied at 1 here in this Section 5A final. ParkTV 16 Sports on location. We have one camera here. Shot now in the middle, and that connects in the leading pass. I didn't know she was going to take a shot there or try to get it over to Wagner, number 17, but nice sequence there as Zavro, who came in off the bench just a few minutes ago, gets a nice shot on goal. Fortunately for the Blake School, Varvacek was right there for the save. But Benilde, the pressure they're putting on, very sustained effort so far the last several minutes. Now the Blake School trying to get back in there, and this time Voss takes it away from Maria, so Voss wins that battle. And they've had several already, and there'll be several more the rest of this match. It's a great match within the match to keep an eye on as you're watching this game. Is number 3, Voss for Benilde. And number 7, I believe it is, no, it's 2, Amelia Reyes, a junior. Great battle between those two, especially when the ball is in the Benilde zone with Blake on offense. All right, looks like we're gonna have a free kick here. So a chance for the Blake School to get back some field position here. They've been on their defensive heels here for the last 10 minutes or so, and now that kick will be taken by number 8, Ellie Sawal. And intercepted right away by Benilde, and that's Wagner. Tried to get up to Zavro. Zavro pushes it ahead. Dietzen tried to catch it, and it goes off of bounds off of number 15 for the Blake School on defense, Kyra Reese. Ball thrown in on the Benilde side, on this side of the field, and you can see the shadows getting longer and longer as we go forward here in the first half. Match time was at 5 p.m. Central Standard Time here in Osseo, Minnesota. And the sun will be setting here maybe by the time this match is over. The lights are on already here as Frida Fortier now works her magic on the left side, and her lead pass just can't quite connect with number 11, and that's Sydney Dries on the far side. So Blake doing a good job keeping down that Fortier Frida or Sydney Dries combination on that far side. And now a turnover for the Blake School. Now we're under 13 minutes to go here, first half. Free kick here by Blake's number 8, taken by Ellie Salvo. Ball comes all the way through to Olivia Olsen, and she'll have a chance here to get field position back for the Benilde with that punt, and she'll get it off. Kind of a knuckler, bounces around midfield, headed by the Blake School, and Benilde retains possession at midfield. Doing a nice job with possessing that ball. Now ball given up to Blake's number 5, Kate Moe. Moe plays it, now stolen back by Benilde. At midfield, playing it there is number 2, Lowenberg, and she'll defensively bring it back. Nice move there by number 13, retaining possession. Avery Junker now 13, and now the Benilde player goes down, and we got a whistle. Voss goes down hard, and the whistle against Blake will allow Benilde to attempt a free kick here. Under 12 minutes to go, 12:45. Ball now in the middle. Zavril coming away with it, tries to split the defense, and she'll chase it with Kasica, and Kasica defensively kicks it out of bounds to alleviate the pressure, and Benilde now gets all kinds of field position as they're inside the 10 on the near sideline with a throw-in now for number 10, Kaya Bollinger. And now a substitution on the far side of the field coming in. As I catch her number, I'll let you know who it is. Meanwhile, we're going to have a throw-in here for Ballinger, and there was a throw-in, and turned over and went off of Ballinger. Now Blake gets possession, and Benilde will retreat on defense. Under 11 minutes to go now, and now it goes out of bounds, and it's going to go back in favor of Benilde. My goodness, the back and forth here. Overall, though, field position with Benilde. And ball kicked out of bounds by the Blake School, and we're gonna have a corner kick here. It looks like the first corner kick of the evening comes with 10:29 to go, first half. And Benilde will get the attempt here. Number 11, Sydney Dries. Ball centers and off. The back of the net, so good attempt there by Benilde. Let's look at this replay. You can see the sun coming in there. It's really a beautiful sight here tonight. Boy, great kick by Dries, just missing it. Was the substitution who came in, and she looked pretty tall, so good move there by Benilde strategy-wise. Almost worked. Dries really put that ball on the money, just couldn't quite connect, just missed. Now Blake School trying to get possession, and they have not seen possession in quite a while. When they dominated in the first 10 minutes, it seemed like Benilde couldn't get any possession time with the ball. And now it's quite the opposite, as we are now below 10 minutes. In fact, 9 minutes, 30 seconds to go, first half. And now Wagner trying to go forward, gets it booted away, but they'll retain possession. And of course, that's number 10, Ballinger, in to throw it in. She tries to get it to Wagner in the corner, and Wagner takes a whack at it, keeps the ball in bounds. Blake trying to get possession. Ballinger trying to chase it down now. And the ball comes out of bounds. That's, again, number 10, Ballinger. She'll come back to the sideline and throw it in again. Tried to get it to Fortier, overshot her, but Fortier gets it off the Blake rebound. Fortier goes down, and the ball's stolen back away from her. Now that is number 2, Lowenberg. Ball comes out into center field, midfield, ball still loose. Oh my goodness, the Blake player 2 goes down hard. Amelia Reyes. Boy, showing no fear, and it pays off as they're going to award Blake a free kick on that. I almost thought that was somewhat reckless, more than a foul by Benilde, but that's the call. Let's see the replay. I mean, let's see here. Why does she go down? Well, yeah, she does get tripped up. Good call. She was going hard, though, so she paid the price. Ball comes right in. It's loose. Olsen out of position and gets back into position, but real chance here for Blake. Ball loose. There's a shot. Header. And the rebound by Olsen comes up with it. Great soccer action there. Wow, let's look at this sequence. Doesn't get better than this. Ball loose there, and there was the shot taken by Shoemate, who has the first goal for the Blake School. So first opportunity in quite a while for Blake, comes up empty, and now Benilde with possession, and there the ball comes in for number 17, Wagner from Ballinger. They've been working this near sideline all afternoon here as we approach 7 minutes now remaining in the first half. Now Fortier. Ball ricochets now back out to center field. That is Mo with it. Mo carries it across midfield and still in play. And there's Reyes, unable to keep it in bounds. And the ball will be awarded to the Red Knights. That's Ballinger again. We got a whistle, and they're going to move her back a few yards. Clock continues to run, 6 minutes, 40 seconds. And now another turnover, this time in favor of the Blake School, and they'll throw it in. That is Kasica. Note Boom trying to chase it down, but Benilde comes over and takes it away and retains possession for a throw-in. Nice play there on defense by the Red Knights. Ballinger on defense there. She's having a great afternoon now. Fortier gets it up to Zavril. Zavril still controls it. Nice move by Zavril. She's very quick. Now it comes to Fortier. She is dangerous in open space. Now the lead pass. Will it connect to Wagner as the goaltender comes out just in time? Vavricek. Wow, great defensive play and a near miss for the Red Knights. Look at that pass, almost on the mark. Just let her by maybe just a little bit. But great vision by Fortier there, seeing that play before she kicked it. Now a corner kick for Benilde, their second in a row, and the ball goes off the far end, and Blake clears the zone. Ball goes out of bounds on the far side, and Benilde will get possession again. They are going to try to sustain this pressure. Throwing it in on the far side now as we approach 5 minutes to go in the first half. Ball played by Blake out of bounds. So a throw in. This ball goes way out of bounds by the stands. And let's see. Okay, they do have another ball. That's good. So now we're working with 2 balls. That should speed things along for the play. That's number 18 in the middle for Benilde, Annie Golenbaugh. With the headband. Mid-half substitute, playing the ball for Benilde. Now on the far side, Blake will have possession. And a throw in deep in their own corner on the far, far side of the field there. Ball thrown in. Fighting for control. That was Devin Vow. Comes out, and Ballinger tried to get it. And now Blake advances the ball and down hard. Goes number 5, Kate Moe, and she draws the whistle, and there'll be a free kick for her right at the 50. Now just under 4 minutes to play, first half, tied at 1. Section 5A final, Blake School versus Benilde. On ParkTV 16 Sports, on location in Osseo, 5A final. Down goes the Blake player on the far side. And now they'll have a free kick up close, and they are moving quickly as we are now 3:20 to go, first half. And now in close is Blake with a chance here to take the lead, and Benilde's gonna form a wall in the sunshine, into the wind. Number 5, Kate Moe, has a chance, and you can believe it. She's gonna try to put this ball on net. And that sun is coming right in on Olivia Olsen's eyes. And here she goes right at her and just over the crossbar. Near miss there. Kate Moe unable to convert on that opportunity as we look at the replay. And you can see that sun. That is, I'm telling you, that is right in that goaltender's eyes. It's a good time here to be moving to the other side of the field in just 2 minutes and 40 seconds when we arrive at halftime here at Osseo High School Stadium. Beautiful looking field out there. I can tell you what, one of the nicest I've seen in all of high school sports around here. All right, now the throw in by Casca for Blake, and they're gonna try to get an edge here. 2 minutes, 20 seconds to go, and there's Reyes, centering pass. Down goes the Benilde defender. That was number 14, Tilly Wolf. Ball now cleared out to midfield, played there by Blake's number 8, Ellie Sobel. Now Zavril chases it for Benilde, and getting there before her was Bailey Abraham, and she kicks it out of bounds, and a turnover towards Benilde. Now less than 2 minutes to go, 1 minute and 50 seconds right now, remaining in half number 1. Throw in for Benilde, gets by, and that was Sydney Dries trying to block it. And now Fortier comes away with it, and her lead pass is intercepted by number 9, I believe, for Blake was McMillan. Now taken away in their own zone is Benilde. Benilde, Voss, I believe. Is that Voss with Reyes again? No, not. Ball comes out to midfield. Zavril tries to kick it ahead to Wagner. Wagner catches up with it. Wagner now at midfield, reverses course, comes down the middle. Kasica tries to take it away, but back to Fortier in the give and go, and it gets back to Wagner. Wagner has a real chance here, folks. What's she gonna do with it? She takes a left-handed shot, left-footed shot, I should say, right on net, and the save by Vavricek, but an exciting opportunity. Watch Wagner work here, and she took the first. Boy, she had a lot of bend it like Beckham on that shot. Okay, now back underway, and time now less than a minute, 40 seconds to go, first half, and here comes Reyes. She's gonna get her shot in here late in the first half, and down goes the Benilde player looking for a whistle. Number 13 hit the deck hard. That's Talia Pesky, just a sophomore out there. But possession will be awarded to Benilde. 20 seconds to go with Olivia Olsen will now kick it off to the near side and tries to get it to Wagner. Overshoots her a little bit, but Zavril there almost picks it up, and it goes off the Blake defender. That was number 6 on defense, Rachel Winke. 3 seconds to go with the throw in. Zavril tries to get it back to Wagner, and that is the whistle signifying the end of half number 1. This is Section 5A Final Girls Soccer on ParkTV 16 Sports. Come on back for half number 2.
Recovery from mental and substance use disorders is real.
You can recover.
It's possible. It happens every day.
Never give up on yourself.
Discover hope and help.
I thought I was too far gone. I wasn't.
Join the Voices for Recovery.
The world is a beautiful place again.
For 24-hour free and confidential information and treatment referral for mental and substance use disorders for you or someone you know, call 1-800-662-HELP.
Welcome back to ParkTV 16 Sports on location. Tonight we are bringing you Section 5A Final Girls Soccer featuring the Blake School, seeded number 4 against Benilde-St. Margaret, seeded number 2. I am Robert Christensen, glad you're with us. We are about to begin half number 2 with our score tied at 1. If you're just joining us, the Blake School scored first on a goal by Soulmate from about midfield, and then Benilde on a 35-yarder hooked one right over the goaltender Vavricek to tie it up at 1. Benilde was dominating the time of possession and field position for the last 10 minutes or so of half number 1. Let's see if that continues as we are about to begin with Benilde having possession on the kickoff. They're in red uniforms, this time going from right to left. And I'll point this out right now, the goaltender for the Blake School is gonna have to fight that sun as it's coming right in on her eyes. So if I'm Benilde, I'd like to get pressure on her before that sun gets below the trees. You can see it right in her face there. What difficulty that may provide her remains to be seen, but it's definitely a factor to consider early on in the second half. Okay, that's Reyes now. She had a very good first half, and remember that battle with Allie Voss, number 3. It is a treat to watch those two go head-to-head, especially when the ball's in the Benilde zone as it is now. And it's going to be a throw-in this time for Blake's number 7. That is Bailey Abraham. Ball now loose in the Benilde zone, headed there by number 18. That was Annie Gallenbo. Now retained by Blake. As they try to get back their possession skills, they dominated the first part of the first half and then were dominated in the second part of the first half. And now that's number 6 for Benilde. That is Avery Richardson. Ball now loose in the middle. Fortier has a chance at it, now taken away, and again Richardson with it. And the ball is whistled dead and turned over to Blake. So turnover against Benilde. Just joining us here, underway in the second half. Blake School in white, Benilde in red. Ball now played by Blake. And playing defense there, well, is number 3, Allie Voss. Voss's ball goes back to over the goal line, and that goes off the Blake School. So that means Olivia Olson, the 8th grade goaltender, will kick it off from inside the goal zone. She'll kick it off the turf there, and she boots a good one down over the 40, headed by Blake as it goes right back into the Benilde zone and controlled. Well, it's taken away this time by Sydney Dries, number 11. Dries now will come along the sideline as she darts back into midfield, still with possession. Nice job by Dries getting it over to the far side. Now that is, I think that's number 9. For Benilde, Zavril. Zavril now with it. Now back to Frida Fortier. Fortier now to Dries. Let's see if those two can get going here in the second half. They were mostly quiet all through the first half, and they are a great scoring combo. And now ball taken away nicely there. Number 7 got the angle. Bailey Abraham, and now she kicks it to the near side, chasing it for Benilde. That's number 14, Tilly Wolf. Ball goes out of bounds, and Wolf will throw it in, or at least it appears she will, and she does, trying to get it to Dries. Dries slides to keep it in bounds, as she does. Ball ricochets all the way back to the goaltender, Olivia Olson, and Olson will now pick it up, and she'll throw it, or she'll punt it. She'll punt it over to the right side this time, as the shadows continue to creep from right to left. It's kind of a strong wind out there. It's a little deceiving. Not a lot of trees that you can see, but it is blowing a little bit out there. Out of the southwest, warmer temperatures are arriving in fall time for Minnesota. It's been very chilly and rainy the last several days, but in the mid-50s and probably 10-mile-an-hour winds, gusting just a little bit. Going to be warmer tomorrow, so beautiful weather for outdoor sports for sure. Okay, now Benilde's Frida Fortier. Fortier with it. She gets to the near side, number 14. That is, of course, Tilly Wolf. Wolf plays it ahead nicely to Richardson, now to Dries, and Dries now has a chance on the left side as she brings it right back, and there's a turnover there. Maybe some pushing and shoving going on the part of Dries. Led to that turnover is my guess. I didn't see it. Now ball comes back loose, but again, there is Wolf with it, and she goes down, and that draws a whistle. On the infraction is Bailey Abraham, number 7 for the Bears, and that will result in a free kick by Ashton Lowenberg, almost right at the 50, and she wastes no time, gets it down, headed by Blake, ball loose. And that is Avery Richardson as she controls it over to Dries. Richardson playing well here early in the second half. Passes are on the mark, and Dries now trying to protect it, and she takes the last. I think it went off her jersey, and she was not going to try to play it, but then was forced to and was a little too late. So that results in a turnover towards the Bears, and that's number 15 throwing it in for them, Kyra Reese, the junior midfielder, and ball now ricochets out of bounds again. And Blake will throw it in again. This time Ellie Soval, number 8, will do it, and she gets a good throw up ahead to Abraham. And ball taken away by Fortier, and she is very dangerous, and oh, that pass. Dries wasn't kind of leaning the wrong way, so she wasn't going to be able to catch up, and now they're trying to draw her in. And ball stays inbounds. Nicely played by Soval. Just a freshman out there, Sovil, showing lots of maturity, in my opinion, on just that play alone. She drew Dries down there and then just kicked it over to the goaltender. And now that kick comes out of bounds, and Benilde will retain possession. So overall here, early moments of half number 2. Well, now we're 6 minutes into it as we approach 34 minutes to go in the match right now, tied at 1. If they tie, they'll definitely be overtime as the Blake player, Sovil, goes down, number 8. This time the whistle against Benilde. I think they blew that on number 18, Annie Gollenval. As we look at the replay, there's Gollenval, number 18, and yeah, there was some sort of, oh, there it is, number 6. Avery Richardson, I think, got whistled on that last part of that play as the Blake School player went down. Now ball, Cassica, 21 on the far side, and she comes away. Oh no, they did call the whistle. I don't know if she didn't hear it or it was delayed, but she was out of bounds, so that means ball back to Benilde. And taking a whack at it and missing was Davino. Benilde recovers anyway. Now Fortier at midfield, bounces it to the near side. Davenvo. Played ahead to Dries, gets by her and the Blake defender. Now chasing it is Dries, but getting there first is Sovil. Sovil now throws it ahead to number 7. That was Abraham. Now Reyes in the offensive zone against, guess who? Voss. Voss now trying to protect it, and out comes Olsen and bravely goes down. Nice save there by Olsen, if you want to call it there. Watch her come out. It's a high-risk move. If the ball gets by her, it's usually trouble for the defense. But she smothers it nicely, risking getting hit in the face with a foot. Nicely played by the 8th grader. Coming up on 32 minutes to go. 32-13 right now. Now throwing it in on the near side, Tilly Wolf. Gets it to Fortier. So Fortier making her presence known a little bit more here. Second half, is frustrated with that pass. You can bet the Blake School is focusing their defensive efforts on her. So she's going against that whole team. And now we'll have a kickoff for the goalkeeper, McKenna Vavracek, the junior for the Blake School. And that ball comes right back to her like a pinball machine. Now she'll this time punt it, and she gets a nice boot out there. My goodness, takes a big bounce as it continues to roll all the way down to the 20-yard line, and Reyes trying to get control. Fighting there for it for Benilde was Avery Junker. Now ball comes out of bounds on the very far side, and the Blake School now in business deep in the Benilde zone. Quick throw in to Casca, gets by her. Now Fortier has it in space, and watch her move here. She does distribute the ball well. Sometimes I think she should hold on to it a little bit more. Ball now controlled by Dries. Dries now looking confident. Gets it to Davino. Davino gets it to Fortier. Fortier does the spin move. Nicely keeps possession now on the far side. That is Lowenberg. Lowenberg now, they methodically bring that ball up, and she takes a shot. I don't know if she intended to shoot it or pass it, but it was on goal. And Vavracek makes the save and now punts it away as we're now under 31 minutes to go in the second half. Winner goes to the state tournament next week. Now here comes Reyes on the far side, number 2 for Blake. Very tough competitor out there, number 2 Reyes. As she and Voss go back and forth. Watch those two as they both go down. That is some battle. If we had an isolation camera, we could keep it on them all night. Unbelievable battle there, folks. Ball now goes out of bounds. Clock continues to wind down as we are now at 30 minutes to go in the second half right now. And here's the ball. Now a corner kick opportunity for the Blake School in the far corner over there. As we zoom in there. Get a great angle, and the ball comes in. The sun shouldn't matter. There's a head by Blake School. Ball loose in the middle. That's Sovil. 8 tries to get a hack at it. Now ball gets cleared out to number 6, Avery Richardson. Richardson has it stolen away by number 15. That was Kyra Reese, and the ball comes right in to Olivia Olsen, and she's right there perfectly positioned to make that save. That shot came from way out, and she was ready for it. So Olsen having a nice game in nets for the Red Knights as she boots it out to the far side. Ooh, and down goes hard the Benilde player, and she is slow in getting up, and that draws a whistle and and we got a signal of maybe some sort of more serious violation like a card. And going down was Ashton Lowenberg hard. Let's see the replay here, how this transpired. So there, she gets hip checked, and she kind of went down awkwardly on her shoulder. So she wasn't able to protect herself as much as she would have liked. So it looked like it was a hard fall for sure as we look at the bracket and how both these teams got to this match. Clock stopped at 29:10, by the way, and there's the number 4 Blake School. They upset Breck in the semifinal there. They should be number 2, Blake, are you sure? Let's see. Oh yeah, BSM is number 2. Oh yeah, my producer, the producer Paul Broden was pointing out BSM was the number 2 seed and Breck was the 1 seed, and Benilde made it through all the way to where they should be, except instead of playing Breck, they're playing Blake, and last time they played them, they lost 2-1. This time they're tied. And we are about to begin after the whistle, and I'm not sure if I saw a card or not. I think they're still at full strength both times. Now Reyes spins away and takes a shot, and Olsen makes a great save. What action there. Olsen, I think she raised her thigh or something, her knee. Now ball quickly back in. Here's that replay though, it's worth seeing. And there's that tough shot, and she leaned right, and now another save. Meanwhile, and now Blake putting the pressure on, but Olivia Olsen, O-squared, coming up big in nets, the 8th grader. And now some words being exchanged between Dries and the Blake School's number 15, Kyra Reese. And you can start to feel the tension build. These teams are very competitive as we now are announcing, they are announcing a substitution. Having a seat is number 6, Avery Richardson. She played well. And in to give her a rest, I think that's number 2 coming back in, Lowenberg, as she was out for a minute. She was the one that was originally injured, and she looks like she's okay, and she's back out there. And oh my goodness, Voss now takes a whack and brings down number 5 for the Blake School, Kay Moe, and that draws a whistle. She's slow in getting up. They are taking no prisoners on this match, folks. There have been some big-time collisions. Both teams laying it all on the line as number 5, Kate Moe, dusts herself off after taking a hard fall. And she'll now get a free kick at the 20, and she brings it right into the wall of Benilde. They block it and control it and clear the zone, but Frida Fortier that time. Now ball taken back by Blake. Wagner fighting for it against number 15, Reese. Reese still chasing it, and now it comes into Benilde's possession. That's Davino. And she goes down this time at the hands of number 7 for the Blake School, Bailey Abraham. And quickly now a free kick for Benilde's Tilly Wolf, number 14. Here's that replay, and yep, there's the hit. So both teams not afraid. Oh, and that whiff there, and wow, they're gonna call a foul on Benilde. Something from behind by Dries caused her to whiff, and the referee was occurred right in front of him. And there was a whistle and nobody objecting. Okay, now ball at the 45. We're below 37 minutes. In fact, 26 and a half minutes right now as that big free kick by Moe sails it right into the danger zone, and Reyes takes a hack at it and goes down. Benilde player hits the deck as the ball sails out behind the goal, and now we have a substitute ball coming right into the goaltender, Vavracek. So that's good. Someone figured that one out. Okay, now we approach 26 minutes to go. Great match here if you're just joining us. I'm Robert Christensen, glad to be bringing you the commentary here for ParkTV 16 Sports. Big match here for Benilde. They want to get back to the state tournament where they were a year ago. And if I'm not mistaken, they may have lost to the Blake School in that one of those semifinal there. So these two teams are very familiar with each other, and there is no love lost, at least not on the soccer pitch, as now Tilly Wolf takes it away, and it gets taken back right away by Abraham. Now Abraham tried to get penetration, and it gets kicked away by Benilde. Nicely done. I think that's Wolf. It is. And now 25.5 minutes to go. You get the feeling that whoever scores next is going to win this match. I know that's not maybe the most brilliant hot take on the match, but both teams very good defensively. And we are getting kind of midway through the second half, approaching it. Sun has pretty much all the way set. Very beautiful off to our west to the right there. And the sun is no longer going to be an issue for the goaltender, Vavracek. As Olivia Olson boots it out to midfield. And getting possession for the Blake and getting pushed from behind by Wagner is going to result in another free kick down hard. Goes number 17, Katie Shoemade, who has the lone goal for the Blake School. And over to take the honors of the free kick is number 5, again, Kate Moe. And now coming up to challenge it is Dries. My goodness, very aggressive by Dries. Almost blocked that. Not sure how legal that is. I think you got to give 10 yards. But maybe once they blow the whistle, then all bets are off. If you can close that gap that fast, you can try to affect the shot. Now Frida Fortier, and she's as loose as I've seen her all afternoon. On the far side, that ball just gets through, right touch on it to Wagner. Wagner knows that's Zavril. Zavril spin, no, it's Wagner, I'm sorry, 17. And oh, her pass, it was intended for Davino, but there to intercept it was Abraham. Now Abraham boots it down, and down goes Reyes. She tripped on her own accord, and there is no whistle. Voss gets the better of that matchup, but she almost loses control, and she does. Reyes, on her hustle, took advantage of Voss playing that, and down goes again Moe from behind, and that draws a major signal and a card, a yellow card. And that draws a big round Davino, and I think she's leaving the field, and I don't know what the tally is. Is Benilde going to be down a player? Is it just for a certain? It's not a red card. A red card, I think, is an automatic exclusion. But a second yellow card might be as well. And I don't know who got the first yellow card, but there was a yellow card. So 2 yellow cards, but we are having a substitute player. So it looks like it's just the player herself is suspended either for the rest of the game or for a certain period of time. We'll see if she reemerges off the sideline. But now coming in, that is number 9, Zavril, who was a mid-half substitute in half number 1 and played well. So now she comes in with fresh legs, so maybe a good opportunity. But no, we're going to have a big-time free kick at point-blank range. There's that ball right at the 11-yard line, and Benilde sets up the wall. Clock still stopped at 23. Now we're underway. There's the shot. Goes wide right. Wow, after all of that, ball goes wide right. Clock now ticking once again. 23 minutes, 30 seconds right now as we look at Olivia Olson after seeing that replay by Moe. Her shot wide right keeps this match tied, and really no surprise. The last time they played, the Blake School won 2-1 back on August 29th at Benilde-St. Margaret's, and now the throw in on the far side. Ball bounds in, gets all the way through, played there, now taken away by Reyes. Reyes versus Voss. She gets help from the inside. I think that was number 10, Ballinger over there. Gets this dark out. It's kind of hard to see those small numbers. Now that kicks away. I think that is Ballinger. She had a very nice first half, dominating this near sideline. Of course, on the second half, she's on the far side as they switch sides. Now ball loose in the middle. Picked up by Moe, 5, gets it over. Now intercepted again, this time by number 22 now in the match, Caroline Braun, just a sophomore on defense. Now ball in the Benilde zone, and down goes a Benilde player, and that draws a whistle. But the whistle goes against Benilde, and now a free kick for the Blake School on the 5 on that far sideline, and that's Kate Moe. She'll do it again. So this is really amounts to a corner kick with a better angle. So dangerous chance here if you're a Benilde fan. 22 minutes remaining in the match here, second half. Broadcasting from Osseo High School. Ball comes out of bounds, and Zavril defensively kicks it out, and that will give a throw in for Kasica, number 21, on the far side. You know, if you didn't know any better, this looks like Penn State versus Wisconsin in Big Ten sports. Blake School, their numbers, they look very Penn State-like, and of course Benilde, they look very, very Wisconsin Badger red-like. But two classic schools in soccer. These two teams are usually right where they are every year, and this year is no different. This time it's not Breck, it's Blake. But it's those three schools that are usually at the top of the list when it comes to Section 5A girls soccer. Ball out of bounds, throw in by Benilde. That is Ballinger. Fortier goes down, no whistle. Blake comes away with it. Nice play there by them. As it gets darker, the lights are starting to shine a little brighter. As it becomes darker, it'll be a little easier to see. Now Reyes chases it with Voss, and this time it goes off Voss, and a corner kick opportunity. So Reyes gets the better of that battle. She'll assume her position in the middle, and now to the near side comes number 5, Kate Moe. She's getting all the free kicking duties and the corner kick duties for the Blake Bears. Under 20.5 minutes to go, and she'll kick it with the right foot, and she goes right to the middle, and the header headed back by Benilde, ball loose, and Wagner kicks it out of bounds. And she smartly kicks it out of bounds on the sideline, so it'll just be a throw-in. But Blake keeps the pressure on now. 20 minutes to go. We're now halfway through the second half, tied at 1. The next 20 minutes will likely decide who goes to the state tournament representing Section 5A. Here comes the ball again out of bounds, and awarded to Benilde, I believe. Yes. So Tilly Wolf has it there. At about the 31 or 2 yard line, she'll throw it in on the near side. And it is getting a little chillier. The temperature's dropping fast. It was a nice day, 55 and sunny, but once that sun gets below those trees, the temps are gonna start to drop a little bit. I don't think these girls have to worry about that though. They've been running around there and it's beautiful weather. Ball out of bounds against Benilde. Confused there for a second was number 2, Lowenberg. Throw in this time for Blake by Reese. Gets controlled now, Reyes with Voss again, and here's the battle. Ball taken away by Tilly Wolf. What great defense by Tilly Wolf. She blocked that pass from coming through. That was outstanding, standing play. Now Reyes takes it away from Voss. Reyes and Voss, you could sell tickets just for those two. Ball goes down, Benilde goes down, Lowenberg, ball ricochets. Now Wagner kicks it out, and this is really turning into a war between these two schools. They are really, really fighting hard on both sides, risking injury. Now the throw in by the Blake School gets over all the way through to number 18 for Benilde. That's Gavin Gollenvo. Hope I'm pronouncing that right. Ball now bounds back into the Benilde zone, loose and picked up by the Blake School, and she almost goes down, but maintains balance well there is Allie Fine, and her shot is stopped by Olivia Olson. Here's that shot from way out, and boy, on the short hop there, that is more difficult than it might look. Nice job by Olivia Olson, just playing really good fundamental goalkeeping down there. Just really seems solid, feels solid. Very confident in her, I'm sure Benilde is, just an 8th grader, and she's showing her merit out there, keeping them in this match tied at 1. Now ball in the far corner, Voss versus Reyes. And who's gonna win this one? And Voss for Benilde wins it this way, so it's pretty much 50-50 between these two. They are really scrapping it out there. Really quite a treat to watch those two go at it. Okay, now the ball goes down, another trip, this time on Benilde. And when I say they're taking no prisoners, this is what I mean. They're doing everything they can to just cut each other down and hard. And now they're gonna give up this corner kick opportunity. Sooner or later, this may backfire on Benilde. And let's see what happens here as Kate Moe, she lofts it in there. Chance for the Blake School, ball still loose. And a whistle from the mid-judge and a turnover. I think they played that ball above the shoulder or something like that. My guess is there's some rule. You can't, boy, Olsen got her hand on that. What a save by Olsen, folks. Just getting her hand on that and then just sniffing that ball out. Wow, well done by Olsen. And then the whistle blew, and I think they played that above the head there. So that's my guess. So now 16 minutes to go, 16 and a half minutes to go. Approximately here in half number 2, Tilly Olsen takes it away, boots it to midfield. No one home there for Benilde as it gets booted back again into the Benilde zone by number 15 for them. And that shot just misses. So the Blake School getting their licks in here midway through the second half. We're 16 minutes remaining. If they're still tied after regulation, I think they play 2 5-minute overtimes. Or 2 10s, I don't know. Paul Broden is discussing it there with me, what the overtime is. But I know it's a certain amount of time, and then if there's a shot by Reyes that goes wide right. Or that was Soval, I believe. No, that was Reyes. There's that replay. You can see the power on that shot there, but just sailing a little bit high and wide right. So they would play a full regulation, 5 or 10 minute halves, 10 minutes total, 5 apiece, or maybe in the playoffs, section playoffs, it's longer. And whatever that amount of time is, even if there's a goal, it's not sudden death. They'll play it out. So if the team gives up a goal, if there's time left on the clock, they'll have that time to try to tie it up again. As we watch Fortier now in the middle, and she retains possession and nicely gets the pass ahead. And here's a chance. Oh, they called offsides. My goodness, that was close. Oh, Kaya Gilliland. So that means offsides is hard to describe in soccer. It's constantly moving, but you can't be ahead of the ball when you're behind the defender. The ball has to get behind the defender before you can, and then you can go get the ball. So you can't just sit down there and wait at the 10-yard line and just wait for somebody to whale it down there. It prevents that sort of playing, which is good for the game. Okay, now ball at midfield. It's loose. Under 15 minutes to play. In fact, we're almost at 14 as Voss now kicks it down into the open area, and coming out, Vavracek beats number 16 to the ball. That's Gilliland, as she now boots away Vavracek into midfield, and it's intercepted by Ashton Lowenberg. Lowenberg now with less than 14 minutes to go, and now here comes Kate Moe. She's got open space. Centering pass intended for Reyes, gets by her, but now chased down. Nicely done by, is that Tilly Wolf? Again on defense, really playing very valuably there for Benilde on defense. Very efficient last couple sequences, her on defense, just getting to that ball, preventing a pass from getting through. She's very quick, just awesome defensive player. Ball loose, and Vavracek playing chicken with the Red Knight player, and that's going to draw a whistle and a free kick for the Red Knights. And they have a strong contingent here in the stands, and they voiced their approval on that whistle. And now a free kick from deep in close for Benilde. That ball's about at the 11, 12-yard line on the far hash mark, and out of who looks like it's going to take it? Is that number 8? Megan Watts? I can't read her number. That's Dries. Dude! Goodness, I thought it hit the crossbar and bounced in, but it went just over. And maybe it hit the American football gold. Let's see the replay here for a second there. I was fooled. Yeah, it hit the goalpost behind and went down. So a bit of an optical illusion. So nice try there by Benilde. Sails it just over. Boy, you got to put the ball on goal, don't you? You got to do it. When you're that close, you can't score if it's not on target. Okay, now taken away. Voss and Reyes, 2 versus 3. Voss won that temporarily, but Blake intercepts her clearing pass, but she did get some distance out of it and some field position. Now ball chased down by Davino. Nicely done as she gets it back to Voss, or is that Tilly Wolf, I should say, and she gets it to midfield. Sobel there for the Blake School, tries to get ahead, but now it's intercepted by number 2, Lowenberg. Now free to Fortier to the near side to Sydney Dries. Dries now will try to get around the defense, and she goes down, and that draws a whistle and a free kick for Benilde. Oh my goodness, they whistle it as free to Fortier, tried to move it as fast as she could. And the referee is gonna have none of that, and now we've got another violation and a yellow card. I don't know who it was given to, but it looks like it might be a Blake School participant this time, as we look at Tilly Wolf with the ball right about the 50 on the near sideline. Clock stopped with 11:25 to go here, second half. Lots of action here. Both teams playing as rough as you can imagine. Lots of players have hit the turf here tonight. And we have just witnessed a third or fourth yellow card in the match. First one, I think, against Blake. The last couple before that, I think, went the Red Knights. And so now here's a free kick for Tilly Wolf, and she'll just pass it ahead to Lowenberg, number 2. Lowenberg now trying to maneuver the ball in there, tries to get it to Wagner on the near side, but getting position on the ball is number 7, Abraham. And Abraham goes down, and ball goes out of bounds off of Benilde, and possession will go to Blake. And we are now at 11 minutes remaining in the match. 5A section girls soccer final still hangs in the balance as Wagner now with it. And her shot attempt blocked, but it goes right back to Wagner. She reverses course, trying to get some separation. And it goes out of bounds, and Benilde will retain possession, and Tilly Wolf runs up now from her defensive position, and she'll throw it in. And then likely will retreat back on defense. She waits to tries to get into Fortier, came open, but unable to handle the pass. Fortier, a chance for her. Unable to control that pass, leads to a turnover, and Vavracek, the goaltender for the Blake School, will kick it off now as we approach 10 minutes to go in half number 2. Now Zavril chasing it and tries to save it, but unable to catch up to it in time. We'll turn it over to the Blake School. Now 10 minutes to go right now. Zavril intercepts it, gets position. Back to, I think that was Ballinger on the far side. Get my binoculars. Yeah, let's see, that is Ballinger, I believe. Yes, number 10, Ballinger. Those numbers are small, folks. Now ball, Reyes and Voss again. Here's another battle, and Reyes pushes Voss down, and that draws a whistle, and Reyes is like, who, me? And yeah, it's on her. Man, those two are gonna feel it tonight. The bruises they must have. Oh my goodness. No padding out there, and they have been pushing, elbowing, shoving, pulling, tackling. Unbelievable. Great competition, and now ball goes out of bounds. We're at 9 minutes to go. Far side, the Blake School throws it in. Boy, you get the feeling this is gonna come down to a shootout. You really kind of get that feeling. Okay, now Vavracek with it. She'll punt it away. Both teams are so good defensively, you just don't think any of them would have the ability to give up a goal here. Just too good, but you never know, and they're gonna try it here. Now ball by Davino, gets it, and it goes out of bounds. Nice defense there by the Blake School's number 15 this time, Kyra Reese. She's played well tonight. Now Bailey Abraham bounds the ball to Olivia Olsen. She comes up, saves it easily, and she'll roll it over to the right side as Benilde starts back up the field the other way. Centering pass to Lowenberg. Lowenberg now with some space as the Blake School retreats. Leading pass. Boy, you almost think they go for too much too soon there. Like to see another pass or two and then try to lead a player down there. But, you know, they know better than I do. And now Reyes steals it from Voss. Voss goes down. Now a chance for Reyes. And she dusts Voss there, and her shot kind of weak on the shot attempt. That's because from the far right side, Tilly Wolf came over and was able to affect that shot. Watch Wolf right there, just enough. Was allowed to take a little bit off that by Reyes, but Reyes had gotten by Voss and left her down as she slipped. But Benilde dodges that bullet. Now under 7.5 minutes to go. Substitution announced, number 11 for, well, I'm not sure what that was. Okay, now throw in on the far side by Benilde as they now try to get deeper into the Blake zone. That's free to Fortier. Now lead pass on the far side and centering and open and missing. Boy, wide open for Dries, and she missed it. And the ball goes out of bounds on the near side, and Tilly Wolf quickly throws it in to Wagner. Wagner now centering pass, no one home for Benilde. Ball loose though, and Vavricek picks it up. And she'll walk it out to the end of the goal zone there, and she'll punt it this time. Good punt over a 50-yard line, headed by Davero, now taken by Kate Moe on the far side. She tries a lead pass ahead to Note Boom. Note Boom trying to get it, but Benilde gets there first. And that is Voss, and it goes off of the Blake School. So a throw in for number 10. That is Balaguer, and her ball comes in and goes out of bounds. And this time the Blake School gets possession as we approach 6 minutes to go in regulation, tied at 1. Throw in for the Blake School. Gets it inbounds, ball loose, played by Benilde. Clearing shot, intercepted by the Blake School, sent right back into the goal zone. This time fighting for it is Tilly Wolf, and she goes down at the hands of number 7. Bailey Abraham is whistled on the trip, and that means a free kick for Tilly Wolf and Benilde. She looks back to check with Olivia Olsen, her goaltender. It's 5.5 minutes to go in regulation. She kicks it down towards the middle and headed there by number 18. That is Allie Fine. Ball now loose on the far side, picked up by Benilde. Drews, here she comes. Dries, I should say. Now Amanda Dries kicks it to the near side, and Wagner comes away with it as the Blake defender falls down. Now Frida Fortier has it in midfield. Leading pass. Ooh, snuck it right by the defender to number 16, Gillian, and now it comes back out to Fortier. Ball still alive, and she takes a shot at the net, and on one bounce, easy save there for McKenna Vavricek, and she'll now punt it away. Check of the time, 4:47 remaining in the match regulation as we're tied at 1. Ball now played by Fortier, and she kicks it down to Wagner, right on the money to Wagner, and she still uses her body to maintain possession on the defender. Boy, well done there, and now a whistle on Kasika. Draws a mixed reaction from the crowd, depending on who you're cheering for, I'm sure. Now a free kick, and Tilly Wolf, will she do the honors? No, it looks like Sydney Dries is going to kick it, number 11, on the near side from about the 26-yard line. As we approach 4 minutes remaining, this is somewhat like a corner kick. From a 45-degree angle, and she takes it right at the net. Tried to bend it in that upper left-hand corner, just missed to the left. So that's a turnover, and now a goal kick will come for Vavricek and the Blake Bears, tied at 1. And blocked there nicely by Benilde. And now the give and go between Wagner and Gillian. And Vavricek comes up and makes a nice save there for the Blake Bears. And she boots it down, all the way down, gets all the way through to Reyes, and now here's Reyes and Voss going one-on-one once again here. Reyes with the ball, gets a little help there, Voss does from Davino. Davino still playing it, Blake still retains possession. This time that's number 17, Shoemate. Shoemate's centering pass blocked on the near side, but picked up by Blake. Number 7, that is Abraham. Abraham still trying to play it, but then it clears the zone to Gillian. Gillian on the right side. Played by Dries. Dries kicks it and goes out of bounds off the Blake defender, and we're now at 2 minutes, 46 seconds remaining. Clock continues to tick down as they decide who's, okay, it's Benilde's possession, the throw in on the far side. Lands about midfield. Now a fight for possession between Davino and number 17 Shoemate. And Benilde now might be coming away with it, and she gets tripped, and that draws a whistle. Another infraction, Fortier this time on the receiving end of the trip. And now quickly the free kick right back to Fortier. Look at that ball work there by her. She retains possession. Wow, back and forth. Now Fortier, the give and go to Wagner. I think Wagner was not sure she was gonna get that receiving pass. A little slow on the uptake, and she might be tired. She's been out there running around very hard. Now Voss comes up against Reyes, and Voss gets the ball this time as she wins that battle. Now ball back in the middle to Davino. Davino now to the right side. And that ball goes ricocheted off the Blake player, and now kicked by Lowenberg. Chasing it is Dries, and the Blake school dubs up with it. And a nice pass ahead to Reyes as she tries to advance it even further on the far left side, but catching up to it first is number 10 for Benilde-St. Margaret's, number 10, Kaya Ballinger. Throw in though for Blake, quickly into Reyes with the give and go. Kate Moe now to the near side, centering there. Free to Fortier on defense for Benilde. Now Blake takes away with it, and that shot just clears the crossbar and out of the reach of the goaltender, Olivia Olsen. So best scoring opportunity of the second half comes with just a minute to go about for the Blake school, and that ball just over the crossbar. Olsen was there in case it wasn't, but that was a great opportunity there for the Blake school. Let's see if they keep that momentum going here as we wane down here. Less than a minute, 48 seconds to go. Oh my goodness, and that's the kind of action we have seen here tonight, time and time again. That is Voss, one tough player. Look at her go after Kate Moe, and Moe goes down hard. But there's a free kick. Clock continues to run. This'll be it. Chance for Kate Moe, and she takes the shot and she scores! My goodness! On the free kick, Kate Moe, after getting tripped and falling hard, gets up and gets the last laugh on that one, folks. She can't be happier. She took that hit and then got up and did this. Watch that perfect shot. Out of the outstretched hands of Olivia Olsen. That was a perfect shot, folks. Kate Moe puts the Blake school up with just 23 seconds to go, and now Benilde, they kick it all the way down on a Hail Mary here. Clock continues to run, 16 seconds left in their season. My goodness. And now the kickoff as the PA announcer counts it down. What a finish here at Osseo High School Stadium. The Blake school, the Blake Bears are going to the state tournament on a last-second goal by Kate Moe, number 5, the junior midfielder forward, wins it with 23 seconds remaining on the clock. And there is our final. Are we gonna have a trophy celebration that we're gonna hang around for? You sure? Okay, so yep, here comes the table. We're gonna have a trophy celebration. And we're gonna keep on the air with that. Wow. And that is it for the Red Knights. On the year, they end up 11-3-4, and this is their second loss to the Blake school by the identical score. And you gotta hand it to Kate Moe, winning it on a free kick from just outside the goalie box. Unbelievable finish here as the teams exchange congratulatory handshakes. And it's a tough loss for the Red Knights. They've been in the state tournament for at least the last couple years, and this year they're not gonna get there. And there is your final bracket. Benilde, number 2 seed, goes down to the number 4 Blake seed as they take the 5A final girls soccer championship. And we are awaiting the trophy presentation here as we are on location, streaming live on YouTube. Oh, we're not live. Guess not. Well, if not, we're glad you're watching this on tape delay. And if you have watched it through the whole time, you have seen a great match, one of the best I've seen in high school sports. Unfortunately for Benilde, the school we regularly cover, it didn't end up so well from them, but they played incredibly tough. They weathered a really strong onslaught of offense early on in the first half. It looked like the Blake School was going to dominate the match, and then Benilde basically dominated from there on out until late in the second half. Blake started to establish a little bit of position on the field, and then they took a hard fall. A penalty against Benilde led to a free kick just outside the goal zone, and Kate Moe put a perfect shot where there's no way the goaltender could have got that ball, placed it perfectly in the upper right-hand corner, bending it in there. And that won it for the Blake School. Now the teams are lined up, and we'll try to listen in on the introductions here as they award the second place runner-up medals. And there is Ashton Lowenberg. Boy, she played well tonight. Tough player there. And Allie Voss, the highlight with her, and there's Reyes coming up to shake her hand, and that was something school to watch. Those two went at each other as hard as you'll see any competitors in any sport at any level go against each other. That was fun to watch. As Voss gets a hug there. She played very tough against Reyes. Avery Richardson gets her medal, played well. Manager. There is Mary Zavril, played very well for Benilde, coming off the bench in both halves, making her presence felt. And there, of course, is Kay Ballinger, played her heart out, and Sydney Dries on offense, very dangerous player. Chances were hard to come by tonight for both teams. And there's Avery Junker, got some playing time in the second half. And Tilly Wolf played very well on defense for Benilde. She is some defensive player, just a sophomore. Future looks bright for Benilde girls soccer, as it does every year. It'll take them a while to get over this one. 2 of their 4 losses was at the hands of the Blake School. So you can bet that next year they're gonna have that match circled on their calendar when they meet up next season in the year 2020, as we watch the rest of the Benilde players receive their runner-up medals.
Number 22, Caroline Brown.
And that's a nice tradition they have with one player from each side. There's Olivia Olson. What a talent in goaltender, as a goaltender there, number 27, just an 8th grader. I think they've got their goaltending sewn up for the next several years here. Future looks bright for the Benilde team as they accept their medals and their runner-up trophy. And we'll move on with the awarding now of the first place gold medal to the girls as we look at Benilde there, as they hang around to congratulate. You can see in the background there's going to be a boys final in section 5A. I don't know who the teams are. We won't be bringing you that. I don't think the boys Benilde, they lost in the semifinals on Saturday, so they wouldn't be, they're not here. And if they were, we'd probably be here too for that, but they didn't make it as Frida Fortier comes out to congratulate. There's Reyes and Mills again, those two. Wow, what a battle. See, next year Reyes is a junior, she is, and Voss is a junior. So next year, Paul, we need to watch, we need to get this game on the docket. Watch Voss versus Reyes in 2020. They'll both be seniors. Okay, we continue to watch. That's number 6 for the Blake School receiving her medal. Rachel Winky. That's number 7, Bailey Abraham. And Salvo played well on defense for Blake. There's a player injured, that's number 9, Esselyn McMillan. She didn't play, looks like she was on the DL there. Now number 10, Charlotte Morrison. Number 11, Julie Noteboom.
Number 12, Allison Ratner.
Number 12,
Number 13,
Ellison Ratner. Talia Pesky got some playing time, the sophomore.
Number 15, Kara Reese.
Number 15, Kyra Reese played very well. Was involved in much of the action tonight.
Katie Willoughby.
And Kate Shoemate got the first of the 2 goals. Big night for her. Getting a goal in the state section final. That's pretty big. Number 17, 18, Allie Fine played well. There she is coming up. That's Shoemate 17 going back. And now student manager, it appears, on crutches. Don't have a name, fortunately. And now 21, Kate Casca played well. And midfield. And here is the awarding of the 5A championship trophy by the captains, and there to take it is Kate Moe, number 5 in the middle. She got the winning goal with 23 seconds left. And there are your champions of Section 5A, the Blake Bears. So for Paul Broden, our producer, and everyone connected with our production tonight, thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. I'm Robert Christensen, and we'll see you again.